man, you guys are not gonna believe this. This is so boss. Oh man, wait to hear this.
Welcome to Strangely Similar, where we look at pop culture that seems unrelated but has curious connections. Previously, we showed how Pixar's Cars is nearly identical to the Michael J. Fox film Doc Hollywood. This time we're asking, did Alex Garland's Annihilation rip off Stand By Me? No, the two films are completely different. One's a nostalgic coming-of-age dramedy set in the 1950s. The other is a science fiction nightmare about an alien invasion. Totally different. But what about that scene with the deer? After further research, we found these movies may be strangely similar. Sometimes two pieces of pop culture really look alike. When it's Star Wars and Battlestar Galactica, it's not that strange. One is copying the other, so much so that there was a lawsuit. But right now we're looking at two movies that are very different. One is not ripping off the other, but they have a lot in common. Annihilation and Stand By Me both begin with the main character having an extended flashback. These stories are told in memory. Next, Annihilation shows us the spot of the alien arrival, which resembles the title card for Castle Rock Films. That company was named after a location Stephen King writes about. It's also the setting of Stand By Me.
I was living in a small town in Oregon called Castle Rock.
Stand By Me is about four preteen boys on a morbid mission.
You guys wanna go see a dead body?
Annihilation, the novel, is about four women on a mysterious expedition. When director Alex Garland adapted the book, he made a lot of changes. More on that later. Both movies set up a basic mission. The boys are searching for the body of a dead 12-year-old. The scientists in Annihilation have their own goal.
Reach the supposed source of the shimmer, the lighthouse, enter, acquire data, and return.
Next, the viewer finds out that members of each group are struggling. In Annihilation, Lena learns that her colleagues are escaping tortured lives.
We're all damaged goods here.
And Stand By Me features a classic Stephen King Losers Club, kids from broken homes.
Why can't you have friends like Denny's?
Both teams have one member that's characterized by madness.
Get off the tracks, you're crazy.
She's crazy.
Both teams go into the wilderness and appear much smaller than their surroundings. The environments look magical and otherworldly.
It was dreamlike. Sometimes it was beautiful.
Remember, both stories are being told in flashback, but there's a flashback within the flashback. Lena is haunted by memories of her marriage before it fell apart. Gordy is haunted by memories of his brother before his brother died. They each recall a bittersweet conversation in the bedroom. And how about this? Both films feature multiple characters with the same snake tattoo. The older kids get cobras.
Would you hold still? You're making me fuck up the snake part.
While Lena and Anya both have a snake eating its own tail, which we'd seen on one of the dead bodies they found. Like a good tattoo, it's symbolic. Both teams have a horrific encounter with a predator that is not what it seems. A terrifying junkyard dog is just a rowdy mutt.
That's Chopper!
An alligator is revealed to be a shark-gator hybrid.
Something here is making giant waves in the June pool.
Later, the hero is threatened by a second predator who sneaks up on them. Gordy outruns the train. Lena survives the bear. Then an ominous full moon appears, and both teams get spooked by animal sounds.
Oh my god.
What was that?
So they take turns guarding the perimeter.
They were guarding the perimeter. We should too.
That night, the main character has a guilt-fueled nightmare and wakes up from a bad dream. Next morning, both heroes are alone, armed with a gun, when they have a profound moment with a deer, which they pointedly don't tell the others about.
It was on the tip of my tongue to tell them about the deer, but I didn't.
As the journey continues, Lena is startled by the growing number of mutations.
More mutations.
Gordy sees unnatural deformities like Teddy's ear and Eyeball's eye, but those aren't because of aliens, they're from dads.
My dad's kind of on a mean streak. You know, he's been drinking a lot lately.
Later, both heroes see their own blood and panic. Both teams argue about whether or not to continue.
We have to go back now.
I think Chris is right. Let's go back.
But one member becomes obsessed with completing the mission.
I'm not going back.
We haven't reached the lighthouse.
So they lead the team into further danger. the trip becomes emotionally exhausting until finally the heroes discover a body. Gordy is upset seeing a body that looks like him. Lena is upset seeing a body that looks like her. Then, after two very different climaxes, the heroes return to home base. Both films end with a shot of the main character seen through a window, reunited with family after a long period of isolation. In the end, the hero is no longer the same person they once were. Stand By Me is about a boy becoming a man and how the journey changed him. Annihilation is about a woman literally changing on a genetic level because of her journey. A character even comes out and says it.
The person that started this journey won't be the person that ends it.
In the end, Lena is dramatically different.
Are you Lena?
She doesn't even know who she is anymore. Now remember, Alex Garland made significant changes when adapting the story. Fans of Jeff Vandermeer's book might say that Alex Garland destroyed the novel. If there is one fault to find with this $200 million production, it is that Alex Garland ruined the novel. And Alex Garland seems to address that criticism in the dialogue.
It wasn't destroying, it was changing everything. It was making something new.
It's part of a major theme. We keep seeing how one cell becomes something new, like the process of adapting a book into a film. It changes, it mutates. Both movies took liberties with their source material, for better or worse, but that's not the point of this video. This is just a case of curiosity. Viewers have observed that Annihilation was influenced by authors like H.P. Lovecraft, but few had made the Stephen King connection until now. And yes, that clip was from Creepshow, where King plays a guy who turns into a plant after encountering an alien asteroid. Now, the crazy thing is, I don't think Alex Garland or Jeff Vandermeer were intentionally copying Stand By Me.
All of which makes the phenomenon less explicable, not more.
You can say that again. So this truly is a case of two things being strangely similar. By now, someone in the comment section has probably mentioned the hero's journey and how those are common themes. Fair enough. But is this final comparison always part of the hero's journey? When Dr. Ventress reaches the lighthouse, her insides violently exit her body. A similar thing happens in Stand By Me.
And before Bill Travis knew it, he was covered with 5 pies worth of used blueberries.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that notification bell so you won't miss future videos. If you've got an idea for a comparison, let us know in the comments. Subscribe to Atomic Abe for more strangely similar videos, like the surprising connection between the films of Eddie Murphy and David Cronenberg.
That's silly. That's ridiculous.